Sorry, guys. Wait a second. I had to put in my mic. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Looks like it's all good, at least according to my computer. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, guys. Hope you're all doing well on this Friday. I just want to talk a little about fucker Carlson or Tuqar Carlson, the Islam bitch, the Islam first whore, the conservative, the hack, who not only was he a vicious bastard after October 7th when he was asked about the atrocity, his answer was, how'd he put it? You know, I was really shocked at how emotional Americans got. He was really shocked, at Americans reacting to an absolute atrocity, of brutal, obscene atrocity, of young people slaughtered by savages, of children murdered, babies murdered, Israelis kidnapped, over 1,000 people slaughtered, innocent people. He was just, he didn't want to bother with it because, as he said, I'm America first. That's what the bitch said, right? And then, in short order, the bitch became a global whore, where he went and on a world tour. He went to every country except one. He went all over the world: South America, Europe, the Islamic hellholes, Russia. He went everywhere except where? Where do you think he didn't go? Israel. And since then, he has been going to, hey, Grey Wolf. So I just want to read this quick. This is my X post. Said, it began on 10/7 when Tucker Carlson was offended at, quote, how emotional Americans were over the atrocity. And he was completely indifferent to the fact that Americans were also murdered and kidnapped by Hamas. He said America first. He's not worried about that. It's not really to do with America. How about the Americans who were slaughtered, who were kidnapped, Tucker? How about them? I said, and after saying that he's America first, he went on a world tour saying from Moscow that it's nicer than any city in America. He actually said that. He was in a hellhole of Russia. And I don't give a shit, compared to the Islamic world, compared to us, it's a hellhole. He was escorted by Putin's gang to say, send him to the nicest areas and we, make sure, okay, so he can give us some good press, this bitch. Hey, Flatty. So then I write, and then Tucker began criticizing America from multiple Islamic hellholes, from the UAE, from Turkey, and now he did it from Saudi Arabia a month or two ago. And now he's in another country. And as I calling a Muslim sheikh the greatest leader he's ever known. Not Trump, not anyone else, but some sheikh with a pizza tablecloth over his head. And then I said, just today, the Islam bitch, Tucker, Tuqar, Qarlson, Tuqar Carlson, sat down with another Muslim in robes and headscarf, showing him the kind of respect he's never shown anyone ever. That's a fact. He was basically like this, doing an interview, like, yes, master, more or less. And I listened to as much as I could stomach. And I didn't notice the one thing he always does, his signature move, right? That pathetic, non-manly, girly laugh. He didn't do it, guys. Why do you think he didn't do it? Because he has to show this guy respect. He does it for his American guests with no problem. I can't stand this bitch. I can't. And I know some of you guys like him or pretend you like him or know him or whatever. Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, it makes me sick, this piece of shit. For the last 2 years, a year and a half more or less, he's become a whore for the world. He may have had something to do with the Trump administration supposedly putting pressure on, where is this bastard? Where was he staying? Andrew Tate. Because Tucker, he flew to him to interview him. Didn't ask him hard questions. Didn't ask about the rape charges or anything else. He didn't ask about that. He just presumes that it's persecution, like Trump. No, Trump was actually persecuted. Andrew Tate is guilty of sin. It's a big difference. Him, Candace Owens, and Andrew Tate has pimped them out. I said just today, the Islam bitch Tuqar Carlson, Tucker, yeah, sat down with another Muslim in robes and headscarf, showing him the kind of respect he's never shown anyone ever. I said, Tucker Carlson has always been a media whore, as whorish as Piers Morgan, and now he's become a full-blown Islam whore. And then I added this also. 1 second, guys. Oops. I added this one also. How the hell can I? Okay. I said, and I listened to it for a bit, and until I couldn't stomach it. And again, he didn't have his signature laugh, that pathetic, girly laugh that he pulls. And also, if you don't know, guys, he has a Muslim donor who gave him at least 15 million, at least, who knows if it's more, for his America First media company. Now, what the fuck is this guy doing with a Muslim from Pakistan who was a lifelong Democrat, taking money from him? And why has he been so pro-Islam ever since? Why is he Islam first instead of America first, as he claims? Why? And I know I'll get pushback from Tucker and his bitches and people who like him, who don't know shit about him, who pretend he's some kind of America first. So he's not. He's a whore. And it just pissed me off. Hail, Art. Thank you. Thank you very much. I did pass 200, and I got 4 new backers today. And I can't say exactly what for. I appreciate the hell out of it, but I didn't do anything particular today. I did have an ad, actually. I did have an ad, and it looks like they're not doing anything with it. It looks like they didn't make it move at all. I don't know what the hell that's about. I'm going to look quick here to see if it moved at all. I complained to Google Ads. No, it didn't move shit. It did not move shit. Nope. I need a refund from them. I'm trying to do anything I can to get the word out using ads from X. Trying to do some super chats and just remind people on certain shows. I don't know where else to go. If you guys have any ideas, please, in terms of ads. I have some ad money. I want to use it well. So yeah, I'm just pissed off with this piece of shit who has become an Islam whore in the last year and a half. An Islam whore. By the way, guys, if you haven't gotten the Chanu, I just finished it the other day. It's really good, man. It's like, it could be like clearly a movie, no doubt, but it reminds me like of the 70s movies, these really good horror movies. And it's hard. It's harder than I assumed it would be. Relatively speaking, from Graham Nolan, who's a mainstream artist, has a little profanity, has some real, pretty brutal violence, which I like. And it's nicely put all together by the end. It's worth getting, guys. If you haven't, check it out. You can get it at comicscomics.com by Graham. Good guy on top of that. Let's see. So yeah, guys, Flady says, yeah, is a useful clout chaser. He's as useful as he is dangerous. I dump most conservative big media in that pile. Absolutely. Hey, virtual HMM. He's a whore, and he'll go anywhere. Guys, remember he was on CNN for years. He was all over the place. And he was a little more liberal when he was on CNN, and he's a lot more right-wing when he's on Fox. And now he is like as pro-Islam as any media, any conservative out there, outside of, I guess, Andrew Tate, who's not a conservative as far as I know. He's just a true whore who will say anything and try to pimp out a guy like Tucker and Candace Owens and all these other people to try to sell his story that he's being persecuted. He's not. He's an actual criminal. He's an actual criminal. 1 second, guys. Yeah. The great Diana West just posted that. I love her. I think she's absolutely great. I remember seeing Diana West once. She's a conservative writer. She was at a conference, and the guys on the panel, it was about Islam in 9/11, like maybe I think it was the 10th anniversary, I believe the 10-year the commemoration of the atrocity. The guys on the panel were saying that Islamism, radical Islam, all this bullshit. Even to the point where they said the Islamic Republic of Iran. Oh, I mean the Islamist Republic of Iran. It's like, God damn it, use his goddamn name. And she goes, guys, what is this? She was the only one with balls on the panel. Kudos to her. Love it. In 1 second, guys. I just threw something out there today also. I'm going to show you quick. This is something that I was going to do years ago, 15 years ago, at least, if not longer. Probably longer. Probably longer, actually. Pigman action figure. I made the designs. And the guy was like, nah, the belly. And then I'm looking online today, just out of curiosity, to see what it might entail, right? So I'm looking. I said, okay, maybe let me get contact this place. So I sent them a note. Literally within 2 minutes, I get a phone call. I'm like, okay. 1 second, guys. I'm going to do something quick. Apologize. I should have done it before, but I didn't. Apologize, guys. I don't like doing this. Give me 1 second, guys. Come on. Okay. Let me do this quick. I have to go, and I forgot it again. Let me get off the screen for 1 second while I do this. I'm always trying to figure this stuff out, man, on the fly. I'm still new at this. Art, I just had bit.ly, if that's what it is, link, which is shortened, and I'm going to put it on my YouTube right now. It's a shortened link to Fund My Comic. So I'm going to put it on my place here, and I'm going to pin it. I just posted it. Guys, if you can, if you haven't ordered it, if you haven't backed Pigman #1, please. I would really, really appreciate it. I got 4 backers today out of the blue. Can't say exactly why. Appreciate the hell out of it, but I don't know exactly why. And I love that because it's like, okay, someone's talking about it, possibly. Because I have a pretty good idea that, you know, when I'm talking about something or doing something, I know that there's going to be a certain effect on at a certain time of the day. Today, earlier, I couldn't account for why. Let me just go back here for 1 second. Okay, let me go back and let me read some comments and go from there, guys. Yeah, so I just, Art, that's the short bit.ly short link. Check it out. And guys, again, if you can back Pigman, I'm going to pitch it again, at least twice during this, and just go over it and see what happens, guys. Let me see what's going on here. Oof. There's this other guy, Ian Carroll, if you guys don't know, another real rat fuck who's going out there, and the dumb fuck, the thumbhead, Joe Rogan, had him on and promoting him. He's a lying scumbag, pro-Islam, anti-Jew, anti-Israel, conspiracy theorist, real scumbag. I'm glad people are actually liking this because I got to say, it wasn't welcomed when I first went after Tuqar about a year and a half ago. And before that, I got to say, I couldn't listen to him. I couldn't stand that disgusting piece of shit laugh that he has. I can't even do it. I can't even pretend to do it. I don't know. It's like, what's wrong with him? That's not what a man does. He talks about manhood. Tucker Carlson, he's as soft as anyone. Him and Piers Morgan, they're twins. One's British, one's American. That's it. They're whores. They will go anywhere and everywhere, a little right, a little left, a little Islam, except Jews. They will not go at all for any Jews, any Israel, any Jews, anything having to do with them. Anti-Semites, both. And they have the most violent anti-Semites on their show. And they pretend that they're just neutral about it. No. You don't have fire-breathing, anti-Israel, anti-Jew hate. I mean, Jew haters on your show. If you're neutral, you don't have that. Hey, Jingwis Pig, Joe Rogan is just damaged from the pot. Yeah, he's stupid. He is very stupid. I remember the dumb fuck. Let me show you guys again. I'm incensed here. I am. I can't stand this shit. I can't stand it. But let me just go back here, and I got to do this, guys. Sorry, I keep doing this to you, but I hope you don't mind. I just don't like things to be seen out there. Who knows who's out there? I don't want people to see certain things about my life and files here. But I hope you understand. I think you do. Because sometimes if I'm searching for something, I come across other things. I'm going to show this also here. This dumb fuck, brain dead Joe Rogan. Let me show it for 1 second. Okay. This is not long after October 7th, the atrocity of October 7th, which people seem to have forgotten. People are like determinedly like indifferent to it. It's like, guys, if you're indifferent to that, I question your humanity. I don't give a fuck if you like Israel or don't like Israel. I question your humanity. You cannot see innocent human beings be slaughtered and raped and murdered and mass murdered and children, over 1,000 and be indifferent to it. Because that's why I say fuck you to the Lotus Eaters, those pieces of shits who I thought were good. I was a listener. They were supposed to read Pigman, by the way, never did. And then when 10/7 happened, it's a foreign thing. It's a foreign thing. Really? You mean the same enemy that is trying to take over the UK and has done it with your help in a lot of ways? That's a foreign enemy? And I just dismissed them. I called them out publicly. Sargon, Abakad, and other guys. I called them all out. I'm sick of these rats. And let me just show you quick here. I got to get this together, guys. Sorry, man. So this was a piece of shit, Joe Rogan, Joke Rogan. Who was on there? Some other animal. What's his name? That fucking always smoking weed like a moron. What's his name, man? Kurt Metzger. Kurt Metzger. Yeah, it's a Holocaust, it's genocide, And Joe Rogan, yeah. And so this is my cartoon of the fucked Joe Rogan, where Hamas propaganda is going right into his empty head and it's coming right out of his dumb mouth. Israel is committing a Holocaust genocide. And then this other guy, what's his name, man? I forgot his name. A black kid, pretty young. I think maybe it just had graduated from college. I don't know exactly. Coleman Hughes, young guy. 20s, I would say. He could be 30. He goes on Rogan's show a week or two after, and Rogan's yapping away about this. He goes, no, that's not true. And Coleman Hughes is one thing, guys. People have asked me sometimes, like, hey, man, why don't you just step it up? I have my own style. I'm reserved, I'm serious, I'm passionate, I express myself, I'm a little loud sometimes, and so on. I do it all. I'm not going to have a certain persona. This is who I am. Whereas Coleman Hughes is reserved to the point of being like this. I'm like, damn, it's tough to watch. Regardless, he put Joe Rogan in his place and said, no, it's not a genocide, it's not a Holocaust. And he basically made the point. And then Joe Rogan, oh, I'll look into it. It would have helped if you looked into it prior to having that dumb fuck on your show and talking about it. You absolute imbecile. By the way, if you haven't seen it, guys, check out Elephant Graveyard, where the guy roasts Joe Rogan's latest, and arguably worst stand-up comic routine. Joe Rogan fancies himself a comic. He's not. He's an entertainer. He was an actor. He was a fighter. The last thing he is a comedian, according to comedians. And check it out, guys. It roasts him so well. It's funnier than his actual set. Check it out, when you can. Give me 1 second here. I just want to see what's going on here in terms of the action here, because it's like, hmm, funny, man, funny. Jingoistic, Ian Carroll, that's the new whore on the scene, the new scumbag who these guys are promoting. And I believe, what's her name is promoting him as well. That Islam whore, what's her name? Uh, Candace Owens. She also came out. Guys, think about the timing of this also, guys. I don't give a fuck if you're not pro-Israel or this. Not, I don't care. You can criticize Israel. You can criticize when it makes deals with the devil. You can criticize them when in their COVID, policies. Absolutely. Criticize them on a fundamental level as if they're evil. Fuck you. Look at their savage enemies. 57 hellholes around them, surrounded by enemies who want them wiped off the face of the earth. And you're going to tell me about the problems that you may have with Israel? Talk about America first. You ask this dumb fuck, Tuqar Carlson, ask him, who do you think is more like America, Israel or the 57 Islamic hellholes that you dream of going to and maybe even living one day? He would have to say objectively, Israel. They're more American. They are more like us. They share our values far more than the ones that he's propping up right now. Far, far, far more. And it's obscene to see this bitch in Saudi Arabia criticizing America. In Saudi Arabia, where they do the same exact thing that ISIS does, beheads non-Muslims, beheads witches, sorcerers, and gays in town squares. That's what ISIS does. But they do it officially. Therefore, it makes it better. And he can't get enough of the Islamic world, Tuqar Carlson. And I want to know how much he's made, because he's always been a wealthy bitch, always. And then he became wealthy through his, whorish media appearances over the years. But guys, if you have watched him over the years, even if you like him, even if you want to argue with me about it, ask yourselves this: is he different right after he left Fox to now? Is it a real difference in what he's saying and doing? And if there is a real difference, what does it say about him and what he was willing to compromise? Meaning, how many times has he bit his tongue over the years, to get a buck from CNN, from MSNBC? He even worked at MSNBC, guys. He was friends with that Rachel Maddow. He's in that crowd. He's that effete, liberal-leaning, conservative, who will go anywhere and say anything at this point. Thanks a lot, Art. Again, I did pass 200 backers yesterday. It's just, to me, guys, I'm told, like, damn, it's a small campaign, or damn, it's doing great. I'm just happy. I'm just happy that I'm able to have a good amount of backers now. It's not over yet. I'm still going to try to push it as hard as I can. I'm going to do a strong closeout, get more ads, try to get on some media channels that I know people of, and get some people to ask them to promote me. I'll pay them. I don't care. Someone paid promotion, and let them know. Hey, you can even tell them. I don't care. I want to get the word out. I really, really do. I want this to succeed. I think it should. I think the Islamic enemy is acting up again. I think people are maybe a little recognizing it, that it is the problem that it's been for the last, first of all, 1,040 years, but I'm talking about post 9/11. It has spiked up a little across Europe, and even in America, New Orleans, that one attack, 331 last, 2 weeks ago, murdered it globally in the global jihad. Let me read a few more comments here, guys. Hello, virtual HMM. I did put the link again, guys. Flayed1 says, facts. Piers is just as bad. Absolutely. Piers and Carlson, interchangeable. Whores, just different locations. That's it. And they even dress the same, guys. Honestly, you look at them. They dress the same. They dress the same. They're both flabby as fuck. They're both mercurial. They'll go little there, little there. Who knows what they do in their private lives? I don't know. I'm just saying. Who knows? Maybe they got together in Saudi Arabia when they were there. Ugh, two fucking whores in Saudi Arabia arguing about America. and England stuff. It's like, and Israel. Who the fuck are you guys? You pieces of shit. Schmucker, absolutely. If you notice, I gave him a new name here. It's Tuqarlson, Tucker Carlson, with this goddamn pizza tablecloth turban. He's a sleazy fuck. A sleazy fuck. Virtual HMM says Tucker is into Kabbalah. Is he? I wouldn't think so. Isn't that like a Jewish type of religion that what's her name? Madonna was involved with? Or am I wrong? I don't know. Jason Adams, objectivists matter. I just see a dick face when I see Tucker. The like literally dick face. I know. And he has that dumb fuck look, which I try to capture. I think I did, guys, with that. It's like a limp, weak double chin. What a rat. Also, guys, I mentioned here the fact that he does this thing where he talks up Islamic dictators as great leaders. It's like, what the fuck? What? He was never that strong against Islam. Someone said he went after CAIR once. Yeah, once, because Fox News was doing it after 9/11, maybe something. I don't think he was on Fox after 9/11, but years later, he called out CAIR for some reason. Maybe it was the producer who told him to do that. Has he said one thing against the Islamic enemy, guys, since October 7th, when they attacked America? Every time we get attacked, Europe gets attacked, look at his feed, guys. Nothing about the attacks. Zero. Nothing. Jinguistic Pig says the Posse Prophet said you might be on his show soon. I hope so. I'd love to be on there. And, while these guys are more or less experts about Islam, I'm not an expert. I've read the Quran, reread it, twice, if not, more, through just looking through passages, dozens and dozens of books on Islam. These guys know details like Robert Spencer. He's chapter and verse. That's not me. But I would love to bring him into the conversation about the culture war that we're in and what I'm fighting with my Pigman work, with my essays against Islam and so on. That's what I'd like to talk to him about. And of course, Mama Cartoons. I don't know if you saw it, Jinguistic Pig, that someone actually in the chat who was here a little while back bought both himself, David Wood, and a Posse Prophet, Peaceful Death Threats, which I have 4 more copies left, guys. I got 4 more in stock, and that's it. It'll be out of print at that point. And I drew AP as Muhammad and also David Wood as Muhammad. It's fun. It's just fun stuff. So I would love to be on. But again, I would be on. Sure, we'll talk about Islam, this and that. But I just would love to talk about the culture war and bringing the truth out in a different way, in an, dare I say it, entertaining way. Because no matter what we're doing, no matter how I spread these ideas, no matter how I bring this to the culture war, I have to entertain the reader and myself. It's a dark, ugly hole, Islam. It's disgusting. I overdid it. I read so much that I was like, you know what? I think I'm done at a certain point. I said, I basically built up like a 1,000-page Bible about everything that I had to learn. I wanted to know what the enemy thought. And at that point, I was like, okay, I'm ready to write my story. Unlike Frank Miller, who just dove in and said, I don't know squat about Islam, which is pathetic. At the same time, he's my favorite, not just my favorite writer. I think he's the best storyteller in comic books ever. Best storyteller, as in his writing and the storytelling, the panel, whereas Alex Hill is the greatest comic book artist of all time. That's my distinction. I'll stick to it. Anyway, Virtual HMM says, seen Tucker wearing the scarlet string. Is that what it is for Kabbalah? I don't know. Maybe you're onto something. I think the guy is a piece of shit who cannot be trusted, who will say anything for a buck. Truly, and I mean that. He's a whore. Flady one says, UK is gone. They are physically too small to take their country back. I will push back against that only for the fact that we were able, the American people were able to turn this around here. And it was bad. It was bad, guys. We were able to turn it around. how much longer? The 4 years, you could do a lot of damage against the left and for America. Meaning you could do a lot of benefits for America and the damage against the left. You could do that. And then if, let's say, J.D. Vance or someone else, perpetuates that, they're in real trouble at that point. So England needs, all England needs is a rational, patriotic, good leader. Sorry, guys, I have to twist something in here because it's loose on my mic. I apologize if you can hear it. Sorry. Okay, I had to double check, make sure it's not red. If you don't know, guys, I was muted I muted myself by accident for a half hour, and you guys had a ball in the chat. I realized when I was going down, I said, holy shit. Anyway, I think, Flady One, I think any country, no matter how low they've gone with the left, and that's what happens, our freedoms are in the balance whenever leftists get in. That's unacceptable. Because if that's the case, then they had to be identified as an enemy within. They have to be. If your freedoms are at stake or in the balance after they get in power, this administration has to go over and over and over and over again and again and again until it makes people sick that we had an enemy within that was in power the last 4 years, that they had a decrepit puppet piece of shit, but it was a whole gang of communists behind him. And it's not enough just to beat them in elections. You got to look into that, investigate, say, what the hell was going on here? We didn't have a president for the last 4 years. Look into that. And I hope that's what they're doing. I hope Cash is doing it. I hope Pam Bondi, I hope the others are really sinking their teeth in, because we had an enemy within in power for 4 years, and they did immense damage. So I think any country can be saved by its people. I believe that. I believe that. They get a decent, halfway decent leader in there. And of course, a great leader, even better. They can push back against the left. And when they're in power, remind the people what they went through and who did it to them. And make it known as clearly as you can. If you got a government BBC, if you're not going to defund it, then use it. Say, okay, we're going to use it now against you guys who ran this place to a shithole. We're going to expose you with your own tools, and so on and so on. I just think that any country can come back from the brink if the people do it on elections. And if it's too big to rig, if they can outvote the steal and so on, and then start deporting the scum of the earth who are in there for no damn good, who are on welfare, who have never worked ever, Muslim families who have never worked, they're on welfare, kick them the fuck out. Kick them out. That's it. They're parasites. They're no damn good. And the ones who want to stay here, you better fucking behave. You better behave and stop with this bullshit. No more Islamic organizations, institutions. No more of these goddamn terrorist groups. I mean, these stealth jihadist groups. They're all over the world now. Stealth jihadist groups who wear their suits and they pretend that they're normal civil rights people. No, they're not. They are doing the dirty work of the hard jihad. Jingoist Pig says Joe has had on Abby Martin, and Dave Smith in the past. I know he agrees with whatever you say unless it's about pot. 100% Jingoist Pig. He's such a dumb fuck. He really is. People were pushing him to have me on too, and I'm like, yeah, but I would call him out. I'd say, hey man, what's with this flip-flopping? What's with this? You're for free speech, and you would never ever have had anyone on about Muhammad cartoons ever. What's with that? Are you for free speech or you're not? Have you had Salman Rushdie on? No. Have you had Robert Spencer on? Have you had me on? Ayaan Hirsi Ali. Maybe now because she's a Christian. How? I don't know how. 25 years, she left Islam. She's an atheist. All of a sudden she's a Christian. I don't buy it. I don't. And she went from, being a hardcore critic of Islam to then being a critic of Islamism. It's like, what the hell happened here? She became intellectually dishonest. That's all. Virtual HMM says Der Stürmer, literally the stormtrooper attacker. And that's why, Starmer, I called him Der Stürmer. He's a Nazi. He's a flat out Nazi. He's a National Socialist, 100%. He is a totalitarian. You guys got to get him the fuck out. You have to. For the good of the UK. You got him in power and you have Tommy Robinson in prison. That tells you where the UK is today, but it doesn't have to stay that way. That's my point. It doesn't have to, you know. Um, Jingoist Pig says he was never a fighter. He was a comic and did commentary on fights. Yeah, well, he has talked about it. I think he was a fighter, maybe not professionally, but he has fought. You know, at least there are videos of him doing that. Um, Jingoist Pig says he has been the source of Candace's Jew monologues. What do you mean the source? Tuqar? I wouldn't be shocked. Hey, Mr. Solomon, Tuqar is just a huge disappointment. I used to defend him no more. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. He's fucked. He fucked himself. And he is a figure of pure mockery at this point. And also to call him out, he's making some very evil videos and interviews and, you know, actions. He's really just eviling it up completely. Okay. Lady One says, I stopped watching all of them a few years back. Just can't really deal with them anymore. Me too. I mean, the only thing I can watch right now, some Crowder still. There's some good information, if not the whole package, but the information sound. Matt Walsh, even though I don't like some things, I think he's pretends to act older than he is and stupid about movies and stuff. He really is. And Megyn Kelly. I just like her, and it's tough to pay attention to what she's saying when she's that damn good looking, but it is what it is. Mr. Solomon says, I noticed James O'Keefe pimping Ian Carroll today. Ugh. And noticed James has Tuqar Carlson Network in his X bio. Ugh. That's terrible. I like James. James O'Keefe. I met him. I read his book, American Muckraker. And I asked him if he had read The Fountainhead or Alex Troy. He goes, absolutely. So we spoke for like 5 minutes at one of the conferences at David Horowitz's conference. Good guy, does good work, and I just hope he comes around. I just don't know. I think it's a shame because there is clearly a calculation taking place here. James O'Keefe sees what we see, guys. Others see what we see, but they're like, yeah, but if I alienate him, there's that thing, and I really hate it. I just hate it, to be blunt. I really hate it. There's something here, guys. At some point, I'm going to try to pull the trigger on here. Where the hell is it? Come on. Give me 1 second. I have to pull this back now. I got to do this again, guys. Sorry. Let me get out of here. Let me go here and here. What the hell, man? So weird. Let me just show you this, guys, and then I will show you something else. Let me go back here. Okay. Over 15 years ago, I was contacted, or I think I contacted someone just to send a feeler, and he liked what he saw. Got back, we got on the phone. He created action figures, custom made, and he was excited by the idea of taking on Jihad, you know, with my comic, and therefore this. He stopped cold when I told him that I would need Pigman to have a gut. He said, no. We need him to be like a heroic. I said, he is heroic, but he's a little over the hill. He's not quite ready for prime time. He's not a fighter, really. He's an intellectual who was writing against Islam and Jihad for years. And then when he saw George Bush say Islam is peace, he's like, fuck it. I have to do something about this. So he put the war into his own hands. And if you hear something here, guys, let me know. There's a certain dog. Anyway. So he backed off because of that. So I said, okay, maybe one day. So today, out of the blue, just out of curiosity, I said, okay, let's see what that would look like. What would it cost? This, that, right? And I looked for a place, and the person called me right literally after I sent he was very aggressive. I like it, and I'm also, are they desperate or what? And if they are, okay, let's make a deal. If you're that desperate, let's make a deal then, a good deal that would benefit me as well. And then so we spoke. I got some information. I said, okay, let me think about it. And the interview that I had listed on the site, I thought that was that because we already spoke about a half hour. And then it was still on, so I canceled it. And I canceled it. She called right back. I didn't answer. I was like, okay. I thought, and then she calls again. I'm like, okay. So I said, yeah. I said, I told you I'm gonna I'll sit on it. I'll find out what's what. I want to get a good deal. I want to get a good deal, and I want to know what this will entail. That's all. Because this is something that I will do at a certain point. If I could do it now, I'll pull the trigger, no doubt. But I just don't think so. I got to get my campaign to a real healthy spot before I even start thinking about it. But I want to see it. I want to see Pigman, 6 or 7 inches, whatever it is, action figure. And then from there, a Super Jihad, which you could mistake for Muhammad, right? I mean, you could say that's Muhammad. I don't have to tell the manufacturer of that, but it's just fun. It would be really fun to do. Okay, so this is something a number of people have drawn Pigman over the years and sent me their drawings. I just want to go through a few of them with you. And, you can look at them as you will. I just love it. I love the fact that people get invested enough in the character where they want to draw it. I'm going to read a few more comments here, guys, and then just show some of these drawings. Jingoist of Pig says, Tuqar spoke against precisely who he is now. Yes, there's a video. I saw that where he was talking against, what's his name? Pat Buchanan, yes, about his anti-Semitism and how it's inherent in whatever he says and does. Bitch, that's you. It's amazing. These guys become the villains that they warn us about. It's amazing to witness. This was a guy who liked Pigman and drew it and sent it to me. This is another artist who drew it. I just love seeing these completely different takes on Pigman. It's not necessarily my Pigman, but it is based on mine, and it's their own individuality that they brought out. I love it. I just love seeing it. And there's another one that someone just sent me, a really elaborate one that he don't want me to show until Monday when he can be there, and that's fine by me. I'm just holding off on it. It's really, really good. It's from a cartoonist, a professional cartoonist. So, Crane Style says, looks like Porky Pig loved it. About Pigman, I guess. I mean, not necessarily, but I'll take it. Mr. Solomon, very good picture about the Tuqar as the Muslim. I don't know. Garviel Loken says, Sean Ryan has a former CIA targeter on all the time, and she's been predicting this recent rash of jihadist violence. Why? Did she say why, Garviel, if that's how you pronounce your name? Did she say why? Just out of curiosity? What was her theory that why there's a little burst of it? I'd be curious. Jingoist Pig says, Vance refused to condemn Tuqar and hired his son to his staff. I heard of that. Yes, he did. He's all in now, and goes into the White House, poisons the well. He's up to no good. He will try to advocate against Israel and for his Islamic butt boys. Art says, the reason I asked about a shortened URL is because it's great for promo images. You can print them for IRL promo. Some places allow images but not links. XD ranks post with links in the main post. The reason I asked about shortened. You mean put the URL inside the image and then maybe in the comments add the actual image link? Is that what I'm hearing? Art? XD ranks post with links in the main post. What the hell? Why? Why would they do that? That's pretty stupid. Let me see something quick, guys. I just want to look where that ad that I posted that is not getting any play. It's not getting any play. Come on, guys. What the hell? I want a refund. 0% from promotion. 0%. Earlier, I couldn't promote anything. And so I was like, okay, maybe something is wrong here. Jigwizard Pig says, XD ranks post. I hear from British people that it's really the cities that have been ruined. Well, yeah, that's what they do. Leftists and Muslims, they go into the cities and destroy them. Because that's the hubs. That's the real hubs of action, of power. You know, that's the areas of power. That's where they go, like parasites. Jigwizard Pig says, I do not trust Vance. I want DeSantis. Nah, I mean, in terms of Vance or DeSantis, I'll take Vance. Something about DeSantis I don't trust, and I don't like. The fact that he even ran against Trump when it was not only Trump's turn, but the way Trump was, stolen from him. Nah, that was a bad move on DeSantis' part. He crippled himself, in politics. He crippled himself. And whatever, look, these guys are politicians at the end. Vance is a politician, and so far, so good. Even with this Tucker thing, I mean, Trump's with Tucker. Therefore, we're going to just say, I don't trust Trump. He sucks. Trump has been up and down over the years, but of late, I voted for him proudly this time. He's with Tucker. That's his boy. It's sad. I'd rather he wasn't, but I'm not going to completely condemn him because he's with Tucker. I'm not. Virtual HMM, you've been muted for an hour, brother. Hell. God damn it, guys. You should have told me. Mr. Solomon said, there aren't enough feds to look into everything that needs looking into. The fact is, there's a window here of 4 years. You can really do some major damage against the left and what they do to us, to the point where even if they do get back in power at some point, which we know they will, of course, when they do, they will not have the machinery to cripple us as much as they were able to in the past. There's that. There's that. Hi, Dan. Thank you for the emphasis on the word leader. Yeah. Yeah. Virtual HMM says, I've been calling him Der Stürmer for a while too. Yeah. He's such a piece of shit. I drew him as Muhammad also. 1 second here. Okay. Jingris Pig says, Ian Carroll has been the source of Candace's monologues. Yeah. Maybe more. Maybe he's been with her also, because her husband looks like he's some kind of cuck. And maybe, Tate was involved with them in some way also. Who knows? Maybe a threesome, or just a twosome while the husband watched. I do mean to be crude, by the way, because these are nasty people. Virtual HMM says, I can't see a third or independent party taking over here in the UK. Someone needs to take over the Tony party from the inside. Sad but true. You guys are in trouble, no doubt about it, but you can save yourselves. You can do it. It got really bad with us, and now we got patriots in power, flaws and all, and they are. But we have people who actually give a damn for the country. They give a damn. That's what any country needs. That's what every country needs. Yeah, Storm D, Qatar funding all these people, 100%. No doubt about it. David L. says, now I want to hear a Bosch versus Revoch political discussion. I'm not sure if Paul's up to it. And by that, I mean, I've heard him say some stuff that I'm like, that's ridiculous, Paul. It's lunacy. It really is. He actually believes that Trump wasn't shot. He actually believes that we didn't get to the moon, that the earth is flat, and so on. I think he's been crushed by the last few years, and it's sad. I like Paul, love his work. I just don't see it being worth my time to debate someone who thinks those things. I just don't. And also one thing, he hasn't been part of Comicsgate Kings. He only shows up for the auctions. He's not part of this movement to help other guys and help himself as well. Get engaged, grab an oar, as John says. I love that. I love that spirit. We are in this boat together, guys, and we should help each other, help ourselves and each other, back and forth. And Paul doesn't seem interested in that. Mikey Getz, how's it going? Hell, Thanks, back Pigman, Mikey says, and I agree. I agree, Mikey. Uh, Thanks, Alexander. Appreciate it. I'm forgetting. If you could please like this video, guys. If you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you could also follow me on X. If you don't, if you just see this on your feed, maybe someone else was sharing it, you saw it. I would really appreciate any kind of support on that level. And back Pigman. I'm going to link to it in a few minutes and just go there. Thank you very much, Alexander. Appreciate it. Virtual HMM. I like that second picture of Pigman. Yeah, me too. It's great. Let me just go. I'll keep going for a few more. This one, again, crude, non-artist, some of them. I'm still like, all right, cool. Pig Iron. It's funny. It's a funny name. I could do something along those lines, you know. Maybe he needs to soup up his suit a little more one day. Maybe it'll be like The Dark Knight Returns at the end when Bruce builds himself that iron suit against Superman. I just love this one. Was arguably one of the best. I mean, you know, unbelievable. Trevor Nielsen just he penciled, inked, lettered, colored it, the works, and I think everyone gives him a little like a 6-pack, which is funny to me. He doesn't have. He has a 1-pack, Pigman. He has a gut. He has the stomach to take on Jihad, you know. And 1 second, guys. 1 second. I just want to see something. Sorry. How can I do this? Oops. Where is that? Okay. You know, Pigman, guys. He exploits the Islamic enemy's bigotry. Did you hear that, guys? Or you didn't hear that? I guess. Huh. I don't know. Maybe it's not working. Interesting. Okay. It was supposed to be. Anyway, check us out, guys. Pigman will fight Islam even if they ride in on dinosaurs. There's a jihadist there with a gun riding his Islamosaurus Rex. And Pigman with work boots, taking it to them. I love it. Thanks for being here, guys. I got some nice eyeballs on here, more than yesterday. I always appreciate it. It goes back and forth. It always does. Give me 1 second, guys. I just want to see something quick here. I need that refund from X. They did not promote my paid ad. It's not good, guys. It's just not good. 0% from promotion. Phew. God damn it, guys. That's rotten. Not good at all. Not good at all. Mike G says, I've just had a trailer pop up about a musical and climate change. Garviel Logan says, she said it because of how weak our intelligence community has become under Biden. I guess it took a little time to get to that point. Yeah, that is true. They've been warning the last administration for years about jihadist sleeper cells. Biden just ignored it. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's as sound a theory as you can come up with. Crane style. I meant the Tucker character. Oh, okay, Porky Pig. Yeah, I take him about it as seriously as Porky too. Pigman looks like an absolute badass, iconic as himself. Would not fuck with him. Yeah, that's the idea. You know, he the enemy calls him the Beast, and the enemy also calls him. They don't want to say the name Pigman, and he scares the shit out of them. They also call him a terrorist. It's like, yeah, that's fine. He's your terrorist, and he only kills murderers. He doesn't kill innocents like you guys. He kills murderers, and he doesn't murder them. He kills them. There's a distinction there. David L says DeSantis ran against Trump and took Bush PAC money. Yeah, you know, DeSantis fucked up big time, big time. He had a stature, and now he doesn't. And now he doesn't. We'll see what happens in 2028. But you know, I'll vote for him over a piece of shit, a snake like Newsom. But still, I don't like DeSantis, and he's off, man. He's off. He was a terrible campaigner. Terrible campaigner. So between the two, we'll see. May the best man win. In other words, we're not there right now. We're with Trump. his whole crew, Cash, Elon. That's where we are. And right now, flaws and all, it's going well. All things considered. Art says, exactly. Having short links in the image itself is great for promotion. X deranks links with posts to encourage discussion, less than spam. It's why promo posts have their link as a reply. Huh. I wonder, would you type in the Earl, Art? I would if I'm really interested. I don't know if people would in general. I don't know. I don't know. I have put sometimes links in the first comment to certain things at times. I can't say what the difference was. I really can't. Something to think about. Storm D says Trump administration just cut $400 million from Columbia University, and it's just the beginning, but they still get Qatar money, and that needs to stop. Yes, but it does put the hurt on them. Regardless, even if they get money from our enemies, which they are, our universities are getting money from our enemies, from our communist and Islamic enemies, both. But if 400 million, that's a big hurt. That will hurt them. Good. They will stop promoting, enemy propaganda as much. Sorry, I'm not sure of the context here. Okay. David L says, that's why I want to hear it. It will be hilarious. I don't know if Paul's up to it. Again, and by that, I'm not looking for, a debate with Paul. I think people in the audience, because Paul, he was saying some stuff during that one auction, and I was like, I asked him, I said, you actually think that Trump wasn't shot? You actually think that Trump is pals with a guy who tried to destroy him, like Obama? You think they're buddies? In what world is Trump and Obama buddies? Because they had a little chuckle at that event where they're stuck, with each other at the funeral of that piece of shit, Jimmy Carter. That says nothing. That says the fact that he is a politician, Trump, that he's being a politician in that moment. And that's it. That's fine. He doesn't have to go, hey, you piece of shit. He doesn't have to get into a fight with him. That's his call. He can just sit back and make a crack at Obama, and Obama left. So this idea that, they're all in on it. It's like, look at what Trump is doing, Paul. Look what he's doing against the left's machine. That's a pretty good sign that he's not on board with them. Ask the left if he's on board with them. Ask Obama. It's ridiculous. So, and again, I could debate with people, but I do want them to be a little serious. Actually, I want them to be a little more within the bounds of reality also. Paul actually believed not long after that Trump was not shot, that it was fake, that it was staged. That's bad. It's also, it's not just like a denial of reality. It's also something, a little malice about it, meaning nothing bad can happen to Trump, no matter what happens to him. That's not good. That's not good. Virtual HMM. Trump knew the same. He took over the Republicans. It's a two-party system. Don't know exactly what you mean there, virtual HMM, if you want to elaborate. Mikey Getz says, that's why I love CG and hate Ripa. We look out for each other, and Eric is selfish and only looks out for his own business. 100%. Think about this, guys. Eric July gets propped up and supported by Comicsgate, by all the guys in Comicsgate, all the kings a few years ago when he first came out with Isom, right? Ethan's show. Ethan promoted him, pushed him. They helped him get to that ridiculous 3.7 million, amount with that bad comic. And then Ethan asked him, hey, man, can you, repost this? No, man. It's like, what? No, man. So you did hear it? Okay. I didn't hear it. That's funny. I didn't hear it at all. Maybe I put it on too many times. Sorry, guys. Okay. I'd love to hear it too, though. I want to hear it myself. So I don't know what the situation is here. I got to figure out the sound stuff. I really do. But anyway, yeah, Mikey, good point, because again, if he can't even have the decency the grace to say, you know what, these guys really helped me. I will retweet anything they want. I will promote them and my work. And that's natural. Instead of saying, you're my competition, it's like, bitch, we had you on our show promoting your work. You can't have us on your show promoting our work. You can't even retweet us. That's the beginning of the end right there. You realize, oh, we're dealing with a piece of shit here. We're dealing with a guy. And okay. And this is where I will push back on him because it says he was only selfish. He's selfish in that very self-destructive, stupid way, meaning if he was actually selfish in a rational way, meaning he had rational self-interest, he'd say, it's within my self-interest to promote these guys and they'll promote me, to go back and forth, to give and take instead of just take. It's in his best interest. And now what happens? He's a lolcow being mocked by a number of channels now, mostly by Ethan. And he asked for it. He begged for it. And he's getting it. He did this to himself. He did this to himself. Him and that dummy also, Yellow Flash. They did it to themselves. So if he was actually truly cognizant of his own self-interest, of his best interest, he wouldn't have made enemies of CG. He wouldn't have made enemies of Ethan. He wouldn't have. He would have took the hits and say, all right, maybe I don't like the criticism, but God damn it, maybe there's something to it. Maybe my comics do suck. Instead, he got really stupid and so defensive. This was from Vasilis Lolos, Pigman, during this past week's Comicsgate Kings show, where Ethan said that he was going to draw Pigman. I was like, all right, cool. So I decided to draw Cyberfrog. And when I realized he was drawing the Chinoo, that's when I gave Cyberfrog the finger. I was like, okay, there's my finger to you through your own character. He took it in good stride. He reposted it. It's so funny. I'm such a loner. I'm so used to being on the outskirts of any kind of group or mainstream or whatever, that it's interesting for me to be part of the Kings. I really enjoy it, but I'm getting used to it. This one guy in the chat, actually on Ethan's, jumped out at me. He wrote this about me. I thought it was interesting. Let me find it. He wrote, Bosch Fawson seems so overly serious, but he's such a nerd that he seems easy to get along with. A definite selling point on the indie space. I guess. I don't try to go out there and tell my, what do you call it, bona fides, my nerd bona fides. But I love this stuff. I love this stuff. Naturally. Give me 1 second, guys. I just saw something. Awesome. The doctor. Robert Spencer just reposted my cartoon and short, well, relatively speaking, a long X post on X. That's awesome. He gets it. Doctors, we call each other doctor. It's funny. I don't know. He's a great man, and there's some of Robert Spencer in Frank Warner Pigman that was somewhat of the model as well. And John O'Neill, the FBI agent who was hunting down Osama bin Laden for a decade or two. Okay, guys. The rim shot's loud. Sorry, guys. Whew. Sorry about that. God damn it. Apologize. So yeah, Mikey, I hope you get what I'm saying, that for his own sake, for his own benefit, he should have shut his trap, took the criticism, and not made an enemy of Comicsgate. He has paid the price ever since. He has gone, he started at 3.7, now he's barely at 300,000 for his latest issue of ISM. For me, if I got that, I'd be ecstatic, but I'm not there. If I went from 3.7 to now barely around 300,000, I'd be scared that my business is failing. I hope to, with the content, with the quality of my comic book, have a bigger second campaign, for issue 2 and 3 and so on. That's what I hope. That you guys will be there after I fulfill it, after you're pleased with that. First of all, you got what you paid for. and you got what you ordered, you got what you wanted, and you like it, and you want to really find out what happens next. That's my hope. That's my key, and that's why I just want to keep building this to the point where, clearly, I mean, as Ethan does, I'm gonna order a number of extra copies of issue one, more than I need, just as backup in terms of back issues on my website and so on. You guys can buy it from me directly while I do issue two, and I will make issue one available along with issue two in one of those little packages as well. Okay. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me know. And oof, you guys said it was loud as hell. Sorry about that. Travis, my man. Thank you very much, Travis. Appreciate it. Super chat from Travis. You need to get a Neil Peart drum roll. That's funny. I don't know where to find it, where to look for it. It's just something that's here in this program that I have. I thought it was funny. I don't know how to even put it lower, guys. I got a few sounds here. It's like I got a few sounds here, but anyway, let me show at a certain point maybe if I want to know if I can actually use it for something worthwhile. What's going on here? Okay. Thanks, Travis. Appreciate it. Neil Peart, Rush. I could never get into them. I know they're liberty leaning, objectivist leaning into Ayn Rand to some extent. I think Neil Peart in particular. I just, I don't know. I couldn't get into that voice. Geddy Lee, that voice, man. And again, I don't mind leaner voices at times, thinner, this and that, like, Tom York. But Tom York is very versatile. He can go any which way. I mean, he can go a little low, a little high, very versatile. And he can belt it out like no one when he wants to. Grey Wolf says, Pigman needs a Muslim adversary called Goatman. It's funny. That's funny. I think Goatman would want to, do something else. He wants to do to others what has been done to him from Muslims, probably. And Pigman's like, yo. Mike T says the climate change musical is it not mental? Yeah. Jacob Mr. Pig says your description of Pigman is now making me think of Brendan Fraser. Interesting. He's a big guy, he is a good actor. Yeah. Interesting. Hello, Jeremy. Art says, yes, people will type it out if it looks interesting, which is easier with short URLs, QR codes. Okay. Now, QR codes. Huh. Now, that's something where they can just put it up on their phone, right? Put up against there and go directly. People can print them out, and people who are interested can just scan it with their phone. Exactly. I need every little thing that can just help this campaign. I really do. However pleased I am, I want it more. I want more backers. I want this to give me enough confidence to go full blown 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 issues. I need that kind of action. Mr. Solomon says, when people are that far apart from each other and stuff without provable points that both people can accept, there is no point to debate. Yeah, you could exchange views in a friendly way, but that's tough. It is, man. And even when we were, that impromptu debate that we had, it wasn't even a debate. I just questioned his mentioning it. I was like, and I also had a little run with him on X about it. I still love his work. I got no problem with that. I'll still watch his videos. I just think that he has been blackpilled. He denies it, Paul. He has been blackpilled. He has. You can't make those assertions without having been blackpilled. I just don't think so. It's unfortunate because I think Cloud probably went through hell. A lot of us did in the last few years, and some more than others. But some can still retain, their sense of reality, what is, no matter what happened. They still realize, okay, so it doesn't have to be, I don't have to dismiss everything and everyone. Not everyone is out to get everyone else. Not everyone is a lying rat bastard. Not everyone. Not everything sucks. It's just not true. It's just not true. Alexander says, dinosaurs are pretty primitive, pretty fitting, yeah. And, also, Islam was born in a cave. It was Muhammad in a cave where he got his first revelation, right? With the angel Gabriel. This another artist on X just posted this. I thought it's fun. It's a fun little Pigman drawing. Grey Wolf says, I was in the Air Force. Hey, man. Awesome. Thank you. When Carter was president, and he cut our military pay. He did a lot to hurt us. Yep. He brought the Shah to the hospital at Lackland, AFB, Texas, when I was there for base training. That guy, he unleashed the modern jihad. He gave them life when there wasn't any. His weakness encouraged them. Osama bin Laden, as a young man, is watching what's happening at that time and saying, maybe we can take these guys. Maybe they are the weak horse that I hope that they are. That's why I have Pigman and tell him at one point, you know, we're not the weak horse. He goes, you know what? Let me get it, guys. It's worth showing you here quick from issue 1. Confronts Osama bin Laden. Let me show you quick. He faints, the piece of shit faints, and he tells him, he goes, and they said you were over 6 feet, more like under. He slaps him, more like under. And he faints, and he goes, Pigman snorts. He goes, before you get it, I want you to know that it was you who precipitated the end of Islam on 9/11. And America is not the weak horse. I'm America. He said, wait. He goes, are you praying to me? He's offended. Pigman, are you praying to me? Go through a few more. I just got this one today, I think. I don't want to give out names right now, unless everyone's watching. If you're watching this, let me know. If you want to be known, I just don't want to associate you guys with me necessarily. It's just fun. It's just fun to look at Pigman in completely different styles. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's so fun. Yep, Grey Wolf, he was a really bad president. And I can't stand this idea. Terrible president, a good man. Fuck you, you dummy. A terrible president is a terrible man. Because that means if you are terrible at the peak of power, you're a terrible human being. You can't be a good, decent man when you're without power and then terrible with power. No. You are exposed by the power. Who you really are is exposed by that power. So I couldn't stand it. Even a guy like Nick DiPaolo, because he met him backstage in one show, he was nice to me. He was nice to you, Nick? What's the context there? What's the context there? Don't be an idiot. So stupid. And Nick DiPaolo, while I listen to him, he's not as bold as he claims to be. Let me just say that. He's supposed to have me on a show, and then, I'm like ready for it, and he goes, I have a wife. I said, okay. I didn't, I'm not forcing you to have me on, or, okay, don't have me on. Whatever. Yeah, big balls. Anyway. Virtual HMM says, every July, saw the amount of people in the chat and super chats. Yeah, FNT and Geeks and Gamers were making. EJ jumped on board. All those grifters wanted a slice of that 0 pie, 100%. No doubt about it. It was a grift from the outset. And how big are they as comic book fans when they don't? A year, 2 years ago, I don't know when it was, I knew Dave Landau, who does Normal World. I like him. He's the co-host with Anthony Cumia, and then they had not a falling out, but he went to Crowder through email. Unfortunately, Cumia was a little soured on that, but they have since made up. And then you find out behind the scenes that Crowder was a monster. I mean, flat out having a silence button when Dave chimed in, telling him to be quiet and stuff, and yelling at him for taking off work when he was sick, and so on. Anyway, he bought a few pieces of mine. He bought my Norm MacDonald print. Let me show you guys 1 second. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to get you here. I want to show you my Norm MacDonald print. It's fun. 1 second, guys. We got a lot of prints, guys. A lot. Wow. Sometimes I forget how many. A clean 100, if not more. Damn. Give me 1 second, guys. What the hell is it? Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. What the hell? It's not in my files. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second. Here it is. What the hell? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Not good. Not good at all. It should pop up. It should have popped up before. Not good. And then I'll show you 2 more things as well. I'm just looking at them now. You might get a kick out of it. Or not. I don't know. A few prints. Give me 1 second, guys. This, and then roasting. A roast of Muhammad, which I did as a print. What's that guy? The roast comic. Fat guy, ugly, bald. I have him roasting Muhammad, and this one print of mine as well. I thought it was fun. Roast. Well, I guess I'll type in roast and see if that comes up. Where the hell are these things? They should be all here, but they're not. Here they are. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for indulging me, guys. I do appreciate it. Just got to get off here because, again, it seems like things will be a little... Okay. Here's my... Let me get this here. Let me get this here. Okay. You guys can see it here. I'm going to read it. Okay. I thought this was very funny. This was an exchange he had with the dumb Larry King, who is supposedly a great broadcaster. Not really. Not really. He'll say anything and do anything. Who gives a shit? Anyway, so I will follow up with some comments after, guys. And then if you guys, again, if you could please, if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would really appreciate it. If you haven't, if you could like the video, I would appreciate that as well. If you can share it as well. Thank you so much, guys. Give me 1 second. I want to see what's on here in terms of the okay. Cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so this is Norm Macdonald, 1959 to 2021. Very, very funny guy. And Larry King asks him, what's something people don't know about you? He goes, I'm a deeply closeted gay guy. He goes, no kidding. I'm not coming out, though. He goes, wait a minute. What are you revealing here today? He goes, I'm not revealing anything. I'm saying I'm deeply closeted. He goes, well, that means you're gay. He goes, well, I wouldn't say that. Why would I say that? I'm deeply closeted. That means you're very, very gay, but you don't want to come out. You're so closeted that I refuse to say I'm gay. Right, exactly. But doesn't that mean you're gay? Hey, easy, buddy. That's funny. That's funny. And his delivery is even funnier. And then I got this, the roast of Muhammad. I forgot the guy's name, but he does all the roasts, at least. Because if you've ever, this is my take on it, if he was roasting Muhammad, because if you've ever wondered why the hell Allah would create the loathsome pig, it's because Muhammad created Allah. And so the Quran isn't the word of Allah, but the illiterature of Muhammad. And why is Muhammad always telling his favorite wife, Aisha, to grow up? Because she's 6. And for my final and most ridiculous joke, Islam means peace. And Muhammad says, my turn. It's his turn to roast. His turn to roast him. Literally. And then there's this one. I don't know if you guys remember that one YouTube channel about all the epic rap battles of history. So I did this. Frog Tony got the original for this. And would they ever have the balls to do that? No, no, they wouldn't. It's unfortunate. And then I did this also. This was the when I guess all the bullshit trans stuff was coming out, and also after the Many Saints of Newark came out, and I saw it once. I'm done. I'm like, nah, that adds nothing to the lore, nothing to the story. It really didn't. If anything, if you really pay attention, it probably took a little away, but it's fine. The show was still great. The Sopranos. For Soprano fans who hated the Many Saints of Newark, David Chase's revenge, because I think he was hurt and pissed that people didn't like it. That's your fault, David. You fucked up. You fucked up. And I made a joke about it. The Sopranos. Antonio Soprano. Let me get back to some of these Pigman drones. This was fun. I just got this today also. It's really fun. It's like a zombie almost. Pretty funny, guys. Pretty funny. It's well drawn too. I like it. A lot of character. Sir Boomer says, we need to get Bosch some tech support. Maybe, Sir Boomer. Mr. Solomon says, Eric is sinking to his inner level, very low. Notice that when he never gave attention to other creators, but was happy to go everywhere to flog his own work. Yep. Viewed everyone as a competitor. Bad. Absolutely right. It's rotten. You have to. It's one thing to be, as I said, to be rationally selfish and stuff, and to recognize the fact that you need others to succeed in the world, meaning I need backers, guys. I need you guys to back my comic in order for it to get done. I can't do it on my own. I can do the work on my own. I can't back my book. That's impossible. I'm gonna try to, appeal to you as much. You love comics, you love good stories, you want something relatively edgy, you want something true, something that no one else is doing. Back Pigman. It's truly, I will say, it's unlike no comic out there. The closest thing, as Daniel says, and it's true to some extent, because I'm influenced by it, is The Dark Knight Returns. And only because, first of all, it's a big, brutal, ruthless superhero, but Pigman kills, unlike Batman, and the culture, the media, those in power are reacting to a Pigman in very aggressive ways. That aspect as well, and the fact that I try to tell a story as well as I can. I try to tell it in words and drawings, the way Miller does. I mean, to me, it's like you don't separate the two. You're not a writer separate and then an artist separate. You are a cartoonist. It is one. And that's what I think the conversation between Miller and Eisner, the book, was about. That it is of one piece. You don't separate the two. I don't think so. And there is good work, of course, by writers and other wonders artists. Absolutely, no doubt. Look at Born Again, Miller's best writing, I think, hands down. And Mazzucchelli just killed it on that story. Absolutely killed it. Hamilton Berger says, if I'm ruining the joke, sorry, but I didn't hear a drum roll at all. Okay. A lot of people did. Bad attitude, Miss Solomon said about Eric July. Never pays long run. Never does. You once you lose credibility, once you lose the fact that people figure out that you're just no damn good and you're an ingrate, it is almost impossible to ever get that back. That goodwill, impossible. I think it is. You need to, and it's not being humble. I don't play fake humble. I don't. I know my value. I don't play it up either. I'm not also, arrogant. I know my value, and I don't like to undermine myself either, or overblow myself. I'm, if that's a term, overblow. But the point is that you have to know the reality of your situation. You should be cognizant of it, and appreciate the fact that you need people out there to support your work, and you don't undermine that by being stupid, by being a dummy, by being an ingrate. He should have appreciated the fuck out of Comicsgate for getting him to that. It wasn't just Fox News, as some might try to pretend. It wasn't. I was on Fox News. I was on Daily Show. I sold books because of that, but that's not going to last. That's a little burp of people who never heard about you. Oh yeah, I'll get it. It's the consistent readers, those who follow you, those who like you, those who want to support you, and you got to give them good reasons to. You guys don't owe me anything. When Eric says that, I don't think he means it at all. I think he's lying. I have to earn your thing. That's bullshit. That's just rhetoric. I say it, I absolutely mean it. I have to earn your support. That's why I'm pretty sure every single last one of you who would back Pigman, you're backing it on the basis of you probably think it's good. You may like something I'm saying. You may like the preview art, or just the spirit of it, or just the fact that okay, I'll support him because there's no one else doing this, and it's things like that. It's important. So when he says that, I don't believe him. I think it's rhetoric with him. I think he says that only because it sounds good and he heard it from some libertarian. Whereas I say it, I absolutely mean it, 100%. I cannot get this out there in the way that I want to without your help, without your backing. I can't do it. Flayed One says it probably doesn't play for you to hear via your speaker, so you don't get that doubled play echo. You would probably hear it if you had a headset on. I think you're right, Flaydy. I think you're right. Should I consider that? I don't know. Maybe my AirPods? Would that work? I gotta figure this out. Sir Boomer says, my ex-wife used to call Rush Dungeons and Dragons nerd rock. Her husband was a big fan. That's funny. I just couldn't get over that voice. I Tom Sawyer, I like the whole beginning stuff, and then you got this me. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, right? It's like, okay, we're coming. Tom Sawyer. It's like, what the fuck happened? Virtual HMM Pigman is a complete badass. Thank you very much, man. I do have my Norm Macdonald print. It's not on my store. Jeff Ross, Hamilton Burger. Yes, Jeff Ross. Correct. Thanks, guys. I do have that Norm Macdonald print. It's not. I had 2 long time blogs on my Google that were nuked from Google after 14 years. The bastards, after 14 years, they just realized you're bad. You're bad. It's like, okay. After 14 years, you figured that out. And I haven't brought everything. I have so many prints. I haven't brought half of them to my new store. But I do have it. You can, if you want it, you can contact me. I could maybe link you to this one thing where I have critical donations. Put the $50. That is how much it is. Overseas is more. I mean, I'm sorry guys, but it'll be 80, if not 85. Guys, it's just too much. It's too much. I will take the hit. But if you could do that, I would appreciate it, guys. So yeah, let me know, Hamilton. Message me. And I believe it depends on where you are. And I think I know where you are, so it'll be cheaper. It won't be 80. It'll be 65. 65 sounds right. That sounds right. It's still a lot, but if you want it, I do have it. Thanks, guys. Yeah, Jeff Ross, guys. Thanks, appreciate it. The Rose of Muhammad, yeah. Virtual HMM, you do make me laugh, Bosh. Thanks, man. People say I'm too stiff, I'm too serious. I think I'm serious and funny and so on, and conversational, and that's life. I think we should be everything. Mikey Getz says, I hated the many saints of Newark too. Took away the legend of Dickie Madison. Absolutely. It did nothing for him. Did nothing for nothing. Not especially for David Chase. It hurt him. It's like, what the fuck, man? When you got a chance to make a movie about Sopranos, you gave us this shit. Well, what happened? It stunk. Trash cast happening in Solomon. Yeah, I think this is where he reads Blood Ruth. Yeah, very, very cool. I'll definitely be on there. Flutterbat says, great stream as always, Bosh. I often listen to the streams while working out. Good stuff. Thank you very much, Flutterbat. Appreciate it. Pigman provides real justice while Batman is a pussy. I love Batman, but he's not going to do what Pigman does. He's limited by, he's a corporate character, so they're going to have to protect him. They can't have him do these things that Pigman does. Mikey says, I stuck up for Frank Miller on Kang's John is flawed in his thinking. He did Daredevil before Dark Knight. Tell me what you mean there, Mikey. I stuck up for Frank Miller on Kang's John is flawed in his thinking. About Frank Miller? He did Daredevil before Dark Knight. He did. He did. Tell me what you mean. I think there was maybe a little pushback sometimes, but I think also sometimes I get this idea that they're fucking around. They want to start something. I get that idea, and I don't like that. I don't like doing that personally. I like to keep things as straight as I can when it comes to stuff, but I do notice that sometimes. I think, unfortunately, some people say things for effect. I'm not saying John was doing that there, but I don't know. I don't know. I got to head back here, go here. Okay. I got a few more here, guys. Another one here that someone just drew. It's fun. Totally fun seeing Pigman drawn in different ways. Lean waist, black mask. It's still legit. I mean, it's still so cool. This is John's. I couldn't get a good image of it. I'd like to get a good scan, and I'll ask him if I could ink it, because I'll do an ink version of it where I'll put in the very short ears that he has, and it's so cool though. Very, very cool. And this was Aaron Lepresti's Pigman. He said, he goes, I didn't have reference for Pigman. This is what I came up with, which is fun. Definitely fun. And then this, Graham Nolan. Love it. I mean, look at this, guys. It was like an hour and a half, I think, maybe 2 hours. He did a whole scene here. It's fucking awesome. It's awesome. It's so cool. Just got this one today, actually, from someone who just sent it. How different is that also? That's legit good. I mean, look at that. That is really good. Look at that. That is awesome. Great musculature there, too. Beaten up like, I guess, like a Frankenstein type thing. Stapled. Very, very cool. I think that's the last one. It's just fun to see, man. Really, really fun to see. Okay. Let's see. Mikey says, he said that, John said that he turned Daredevil into Batman when he did Daredevil first and then revolutionized Batman, because we never seen Batman that way. I mean, I don't think he turned Daredevil to Batman per se. Daredevil had his dark moments, had his light moments, this and that. And even in Frank Miller's run, if you notice, the Paper Chase one, that issue in particular, he had a very light Daredevil in that one, with the lawyer guy, with the other ones from Luke Cage and Danny Rand, Power Man, Iron Fist were in there. Foggy. It was funny. It was light. You're not going to find Batman in that type of story. Also, daytime with the ticker tape, the parade. You're not going to find Batman there. So it's not necessarily the case. I mean, I just think that he, Miller, what he did was he brought Batman back to life, to the Dark Knight. That's what he did. And I hear people, yeah, there are better stories than that. Tell me. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. And by the way, the old day when I mentioned stories that I like from Batman, I didn't mention Bane. It's not because it's a Bane book, but it's really good. The first and second part by Chuck Dixon and Graham Nolan. That's really good, high quality, and also Eduardo Barreto inked Graham, and it's really good. He was a very good inker. Also, really good artist, but he was a very good inker as well. That's good, but it's Batman's only comes in at the end, and then I think in the other one he comes in at some point as well. But the main character in the Bane stories, in those two stories, is Bane, but they're really good. So again, it was that one, Blind Justice, and Venom, the really good Batman stories outside of course, Dark Knight Returns, Batman Year One, and Dark Knight Strikes Back. No, All-Star Batman. No. Not those, but regardless, I don't think Frank Miller can diminish the stature of the Dark Knight, no matter what he does now. Virtual HMM said, watch the first 3 of your Alex Told videos. Very good. And I'm learning a lot. Thanks a lot, Virtual M. I love it. I got up to 19. I got to say, I forgot about it. I got to get back on it because there's a lot more to do. Now, I think the last one is the first video that I did of just looking through the art now. The first one was just setting the stage to make the case why he's the greatest comic book artist of all time. That was my purpose, reading all the interviews, reading all his own words. And now it's just to show you the proof. Flayed One says, kind of liking the air flaps some artists are drawn. Yeah, me too. They're all different. All different. Mine, I guess I was thinking in terms of Dark Knight, because Frank Miller took Batman's ears and really shortened them. And I made, the ears pop against each other. Let me show you like this. It's not as obvious here, but you see it there. It's just it's pretty cool to have this. It's so cool. It's just so cool to have it through 3 dimensions. Pigman. Okay. Thank you very much, Sir Boomer. Much appreciated. Thank you. Sir Boomer sends a super chat for $5. Thank you very much. Great stream, Bosch. Gonna head over to Trashcast. See you over there. Can't wait for the new book. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I will definitely join you guys there. The eyeballs are still on here. Ethan mustn't have actually began. I don't think, because it looks like I think I would have dropped a lot of people. I was just catching up on the last Trashcast. I'm at 47 minutes in. Give me 1 second, guys. I just want to see if it's on. It looks like it's live. And it is on. Okay. I gotta say, I'm surprised I haven't lost the eyeballs yet, but I'm gonna get going too, guys. I really appreciate it, guys. And you know what? While I have you here, one last pitch. Let me try to, what happened here? Okay. Let me try to get you. I have 206 backers. I want to get 210. Might be asking a lot, but hey, man, I'm ambitious. And I'm going to be leaving in a few minutes, but I just want to push this one out there, guys. Pigman #1. The Islamic background of twins comes to the forefront of their lives on 9/11, which is echoed by the comic book within. Pigman vs. Super Jihad. Thanks, Virtual M. Appreciate it. Flayed One says, do Eat look like he started his book review yet? No, it didn't. No, it's just a Riververse logo on top. That's fine, Flaydy. I get it. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, so last pitch, guys. Last pitch before I go. If you're on the fence, I get it. Please consider getting Pigman. There's no book like it out there. It takes on this real-world enemy, which American comics don't do anymore, unfortunately. It takes on this vicious, brutal, obscene enemy and kills him. I can't say how many, of these scumbags that Pigman killed, but a lot. Entire terrorist groups. Here's I'm going to read it, actually. About my campaign. Let me read it here. When 9/11 hit, my Muslim background came to the forefront of my life, and I knew I would respond to the atrocity with my art. So I thought about my Muslim background, what we were taught to hate, and I came up with the idea of Pigman, as he's the last thing in the world that the Islamic enemy would want to face. An ex-Muslim who's big, ruthless, and who wears pigskin leather to exploit their bigotry. And then there's a story within a story of twin brothers, one a recovered Muslim, one a born-again Muslim. The recovered Muslim, Killian Duke, is the cartoonist behind the Pigman comic book, and the born-again Muslim, Salam Duka, becomes his archenemy, echoing Pigman's archenemy, Super Jihad. If this sounds and looks interesting to you, I can move on to Pigman #2 and further. And now some details about Pigman #1. This is a relaunch of my longtime series, The Infidel, featuring Pigman, which is now simply titled Pigman. Issue 1 will include both issue 1 and 2 of my old series, but it will be remastered, where I'll be going through the comics page by page and improve them in drawing and dialogue, and I will also be adding more moments, scenes, and pages to the issue, as well as new covers, and I believe some splash pages as well. This is an opportunity for me to introduce Pigman to a new audience in Comicsgate, and I'm very much looking forward to continuing my series, my series with your help. If this campaign goes well, I can move on to issue number 2, and then by issue 3, it'll be all new material, and I hope to finish up the series with issue 6, and then wrap it all up in a pigskin leather-bound hardcover. And below are 8 pages from it's now 9 pages, for my comic book, which may or may not be changed from here to print, but I'll see. I think these pages are a good way for you to get a good idea about my comic book without giving too much away. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope to gain your support. Truly. Thank you very much, guys. I just wrote a thank you post today, actually, on X about this. What's my favorite cover? I'm thinking probably... I like them all. I like this design. I'm probably thinking the war paint one, but this one also, just for to me, for the emotional impact of Pigman standing at the tombstone of the Twin Towers, vowing to end jihad. You know, here he's got the blood of jihadists on him. I do like this one also. It's pretty fun to me. These guys are scared shit. That guy's playing dead. That guy just got punched to death. That guy's getting his neck broken, and there's a yellow guy running his ass off. That yellow bastard. It's fun. Here's the pages. I think it's a good idea what it will look like, even though when I start making the revisions, remastering it, I'm going to start posting them on my campaign, guys. I want you guys to get a look at what you're exactly getting at that point. I definitely want to do that. So yeah, guys, I got 4 different covers. I got 4 different covers. I have Pigman hard index card drawing that I draw on an index card, very hard index card that doesn't absorb the ink, so it's really black. The black is really black. I got all 4 covers. You can buy it once. Digital copies. I have Pigman symbol T-shirt, which is September 11th. I have the Pigman war paint. I have I Want It All pack. I have Pigman Submission Impossible trading card. I have my first graphic novel, which I was asked to add to my campaign, which I happily did. I got these sketch covers, which I can draw Pigman, Killian, whoever else you want on there. And I got original art, and I also have Pigman commission for $1,000. I got 1 backer for that. Original drawing of Pigman, pencil ink by me with an idea by you. So yeah. If I were to pick from the 4, Mikey, I would say war paint, just for the impact, just for in your face, stone look with blood, jihadist blood on there. That's from the blood of dead savages, so it's pretty strong, pretty strong. I guess this can follow up this. Because he started to get some blood there. And by the time he's done, he probably will end up looking like this. So I guess that's a consecutive cover, right? A sequential cover from there to there. And then I show the 4 main characters: Pigman, Super Jihad, Killian Duke, and Salam Duka. Guys, thank you very much. Thanks for being here. Always appreciate it. Until next time, enjoy Trashcast. I will be there with you. And until next time, guys, best. Be well.